Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. It's the Uncensored match build-up show. The Merseyside derby looms large on the horizon. Chris Pajak is here. Matt Ladson from This Is Anfield is here as well. Let's get stuck into it, boys. I'll be perfectly honest, 90% of this agenda is exactly the same. I have left exactly the same from pre-Middlesbrough because the same questions need to be asked. But I will start it differently. Chris, especially because of Everton getting the points against Arsenal in the fashion that they did, and the fact that we got back to winning ways against Middlesbrough, I think that's added a real air of excitement to this game. I think there would have been a sick feeling in the pit of everyone's stomachs a week ago about this. Now I think both teams will be going into it absolutely buzzing. I cannot wait for this game.
It should be a bit of a spectacle, shouldn't it? Because you'd imagine that the way in which Everton won against Arsenal, that their crowd's going to be massively up for it. And, you know, the Goodison Park can be rocking. It's a night game as well, right before Christmas. So lots of people will have booked the Tuesday off as well. And they'll be really, really up for this Monday night game. And look, I don't really care about what the Everton fans are doing, if I'm totally honest. But that will mean that Liverpool have to be up for it more than ever. Yeah. And I think we're up for the fight. And, you know, these players are up for the fight. I'm certainly up for the fight. Yeah. I'll fight it. No, I'm kidding. I won't fight anyone. I'm not a fighter. But, you know, it's massively important because we've got a few days off to before we get back to it. We need to win this just to make sure that we have a good Christmas. Yeah. More than anything else.
That's you, Matt. You said this on the Final Word show. This is what we're playing for. We're playing for 3 points. We're playing for pride. We're playing for happiness over the Christmas period, and that shouldn't be forgotten.
Yeah, 8 days without a game and just lost in the derby. Like, it'd be pretty bad, wouldn't it? Christmas Day, anybody that's got to invite anybody over, the invite's gone.
Yeah, my brother's a Blue. He'll be coming to ours on Christmas Day. I really need a win on Monday night. If you're offered it me now, I wouldn't take the draw still, because I would love to see him really down in the dumps on Christmas Day.
Well, that's what the derby's all about, isn't it? It's about basically seeing the misery on the face of your nearest and dearest who are just unfortunate enough to support the wrong team.
Well, yeah, it was a choice. I mean, he's just stupid, isn't he?
Yeah. Should we have some trivia? Okay, well, actually, first and foremost, a little bit of trivia that I will give you straight off the bat in terms of our form at Goodison Park. We've only won 1 of 6 at Goodison, which surprised me because obviously we're coming off the back of, there was a little bit of Taylor and Moyes and Martinez and what have you. I think of us as being generally invincible.
Lots of draws though, there, isn't it?
Drawn the last 4 at Goodison, and then won the one prior to that, and then lost the one previously to that, which is where the question comes from. So the last time we lost to Everton at Goodison was back in October of 2011. I want you to name Liverpool's starting 11 from that day. We will come to this at the end, so by all means, have a little, let the cogs turn.
October 2011. Okay.
No, hang on. Shit, I fucking looked it up. I genuinely looked it up. It's October 2010. Sorry, 2011 was the last time we won. October 2011 was the last time we won. Last time we lost was October 2010.
Oh my God, I'm so confused. Do you know what? No,
just throw some names out like Reina.
Yeah.
You know,
sounds.
Go from there.
Clavan
in 2010.
No.
He'd have been a bit prime age then.
Probably would have. What are we saying here? Are we saying for Lovren if Matip's fit, or are we saying Clavan with Matip?
Well, we can one way or the other, because I think there's now a case to be made. Not a strong case, but there's a case to be made either way. Clavan's now come in the last 2 games, and he's performed well against both of our other centre-back options.
Yeah. Okay.
Who would be our ideal centre-back pair?
For me, it's still Matip and Lovren, and the reason why I believe that that's the case is because they've played together, and I don't think that Clavan and Matip have, and I don't think a derby's a good game to be introducing a new centre-back partnership, especially if you've got doubt over who the keeper's going to be. Could be Simon Mignolet, could be Karius. So the fewer changes there, the better, to be honest with you. And, you know, I know it would only be one personnel change, but it's a partnership change as well.
Absolutely. I probably agree with that, but I think the good thing about what Clavan's done there is he's allayed our fears in so much as if for any reason Lovren and Matip aren't available, and there's a chance, you know, look, Lovren has been in and out of the side for injury. Matip does have a persistent ankle thing, it seems. We won't feel like the sky's caving in if Ragnar Klavan has to start this match.
No, it won't feel like the sky's caving in, but it would be a lot better if we could have Matip and Lovren in place. just seems like they're a bit more robust for a derby match, like what
Yeah.
Chris was pointing out there. I'm pretty sure that Mignolet will start. So having them, and you know, if you're talking about Clavan potentially replacing Lovren, this might actually be the kind of game where Lovren, like, just booting into the stands is something we need.
Yeah.
Whereas Clavan, I like him. He's composed, he's calm, he sort of beats a forward with his little turns every so often and stuff. But maybe he just wouldn't quite be ready for that in a derby.
Yeah.
And we don't want a Bjorn Torre Cavani moment where we're like
We were
handed it on.
talking about him yesterday, you know.
Handed it on a plate to, who was it?
Danny
Cadamarteri, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I know. I kind of agree with that, but it's that will depend upon Lovren's mindset, because I think when you sit Dejan Lovren down and go, just be a fucking defender, mate. Just do the simple defensive things right. Win your tackles, win your battles. Whenever you're in, there's a sniff of danger, and we need to smash it as hard as you can into touch. I think he's fine. When he tries to be Dejan Lovren, commanding, cultured centre half, I think he gets himself into problems. And I actually weirdly trust Clavan to be that slightly more, because I think he's got. It always feels slightly more natural with Clavan. It's weird, and maybe that's just because, like a Carragher thing, that because it's unexpected, he's better than you expect him to be. I don't know, or is he generally
He's
better?
exceeded expectations, but is he better than Dejan Lovren, I suppose?
Whereas I've got more in my memory banks of Lovren trying things and I'm fucking it up. I don't know. But
You know, just to sort of round up on that for me anyway. The thing with Lovren, and it's kind of what Matt was touching on there, is the pace of the game is so high normally at Goodison Park and in any Merseyside derby that you don't want Clavan getting caught out with how fast they're running in at him and trying to win the ball back.
Yeah.
And Lovren's just hit it out. If that's the Lovren that turns up, it's perfect for me.
it's interesting because thinking about it, it just occurred to me as well. This would be Klopp's first derby at Goodison as well, because obviously it was Brendan Rodgers' last game in charge. And that game, I mean, we were in a terrible little inconsistent run of form under Rodgers at the time, and I'm keen to see, Matt, how we approach this game, because we talked about it in the final word show, is that we kind of have a variety of approaches, and people think, oh, Liverpool come out and do the blitzkrieg thing and try and blow teams away. I wonder whether we do that, because I think Everton are very open to being blasted off the pitch in 20 minutes if we were to go that way. You know, Chelsea basically went there and annihilated them. Arsenal were unable to fully take advantage of that, and they paid for it as Everton warmed into the game. So the methodical approach worked against Borough, but Everton could have a sting in the tail if they get the backs up, if it's close come the second half.
I think it massively depends on personnel available, like in terms of whether Chan or Sturridge or whoever comes back to be able to be on the bench, and then gives you that depth. Like you say, you know, Arsenal, they looked like they were going to win that comfortably for the first 20, 30 minutes, and they didn't. So I'd be a little bit concerned if we went gung-ho and it ended up being a bit like a Burnley game, especially if Clavan and Lovren are your two centre-backs and they're getting isolated, like 2v2 and that kind of thing. I would probably prefer a little bit of a more methodical start, so that we can then, you know, sort of vamp it up again like we did against Middlesbrough. Because your forwards are going to need that energy in the second half, and they won't be able to live with us then.
I have a little concern. I've had a concern about this game since Koeman was announced as Everton manager, if I'm honest, because he does have he has a good record against us by and large. Like, and he
It's got the 4-1-2-1-2 then.
Yeah, but I you know,
the old 6-1, you do very well there.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm kind of more confident about this game, weirdly, because Everton got the result against Arsenal. You know, it sounds really counterintuitive, but if Everton gone in stinking form, I feel like it might have been a cumulative thing building up. You know, where we've seen it before, where the weight of their own misery gets them down and gets on the crowd sometimes. Whereas having that little glimmer of hope sometimes works in Liverpool's favour, because it actually adds to the expectation of a performance, because they've been in such poor form. I don't think it completely changes their mindset, but there will be a percentage of their fans thinking, if we can beat Arsenal, we can beat Liverpool.
Oh yeah, 100%. Look, there's things that happen at football clubs that almost become systematic or epidemic, maybe is the right word. You know, Liverpool historically haven't been able to break down teams that sit back, and that's one of our things. One of Everton's things is, for me anyway, is that I would always rather play them when they're in good form than bad.
Yeah.
You know, they're one of those teams that, I don't know whether, I don't think it's the fans or anything, they just seem to
There's probably not
switch
even
off more.
evidence to back this up. It's a mentality
It's just
thing.
it is, and that's what it feels like to me. I'm not saying that that's 100% the case, but I'd always rather play them when they're in good form than bad.
Again, this is left over from pre-Borough Matt, but Emre Can, if he's back and he's fit, does he come straight back into the team?
No. Just because, you know, keep the same style. I mean, the Wijnaldum, Henderson, Lallana midfield three is what got us going at the beginning of the season. All right, you kind of look at Chan, sort of more robust physically, like stronger, maybe
goals.
good in the air, on set pieces. You know, if you kind of replacing, but it's a straight choice, isn't it? Wijnaldum or Chan. Fitness wise, you need everybody fit. Maybe Chan's better to come off the bench and just sort of. Maybe he's that player that comes and sits next to Henderson if we've got a lead.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And lastly, I guess, again, similar thing, Firmino, slightly better performance against Borough, but still not fully settled. And I wonder whether will we see him back to the same level without making his starting position the number 9, or as we discussed with the Borough thing, we did start to see the shoots of increased fluidity with Origi starting, but drifting out Firmino being able to move a little bit more around the pitch. Do you think which way do you think we're likely to see it go? Will we see another slightly improved Firmino performance, or are we not likely to get him back to his best until we shift him back to what he does best?
Look, he's a good footballer, and I think that the more time he plays with Origi and the more the three of them with Mane up top play together, I think the better they'll become. And I think he was in a rare situation where he was massively enjoying the players around him, and sometimes you have this, and on a very low level, me and you have had this for years in five-a-side, where we know what each other's going to do, and it's not quite the same when somebody else plays. They might be better footballers than us, switching in, but they don't know what we're thinking. And Firmino and Coutinho had that, and you know, sometimes that can't be manufactured. Yeah. Or it can be manufactured, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of training. And I think that he will improve. I think the fluidity will improve once again. I'm hoping that this is the game where it all clicks, obviously, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was just a gradual improvement for now. What
we're going to see as well, so I've just realised, we're going to see Divock Origi up against Funes Mori again with Jagielka suspended. Yeah. You'd hope, at least, that Divock Origi has got a real point to prove going into this game.
Yeah, hopefully it's like that, what you was talking about with Lovren, you know, whether they can keep your head and just play cool, like Klopp always says, like we just need to be cool, not get carried away by the occasion and who he's up against and all that kind of thing. Obviously, a bit of history, a bit of retribution would be nice, but best way of doing that would be to make it 6-6, you know, like...
Nick past them, slam the ball in, celebrate, point to your ankle in front of him, shake your finger. Get on with the game.
Well, it's a partnership there, isn't it? It'll probably be Williams and Funes Mori, who, you know, they were playing all right at the start of the season, but that seems to be a partnership where I think if Origi starts making those runs out to the wing, Mane could have a little bit of success running through the centre. And I think that's the focus more than Origi being the sort of battering ram. It's to move them and try and get Williams and Funes Mori into space and then have somebody to sort of take advantage of that situation on Monday.
Yeah, so time for key man predictions then. Chris?
I'm going to go Adam Lallana because he is the key man every single game. That he plays, and he plays well in, and again it's, you know, he's probably coming up against their best midfielder in Idrissa Gueye, and I would fancy him to get the better of him.
It would be interesting to see that. It'd be very, very good, because I think they will. Yeah, I think if they're smart, they'll just look to boot Adam Lallana off the pitch. But it's interesting on whether they have that in them. This side, with so much of the Martinez DNA shed all over them. Like, what do you reckon, Matt? Who's going to be the most important man for the Reds?
Tough to argue with Lallana, isn't it, really? Hopefully Matip's fit, and then it might be Matip for his sort of leadership, his solidity back there. There's no doubt going to be plenty of corners, winning the aerial balls. If it's not Matip, then, you know, we need Lovren to step up, really, don't we? No?
Yeah.
He would be quite key.
Carry a member of the goalkeepers union.
That's exactly what I'm going for. Yeah, I'm going for Simon Mignolet, because you've been recalled to the team, handled himself, he carried himself exemplarily, if you will, against Borough. And if he wants to be Liverpool's first choice goalkeeper, then Merseyside derby's got to be in there. He's got to be that mature goalkeeping option. He's got to be a cool head. He's got to not do anything massively stupid. And if he doesn't,
he's a key man because he doesn't do something. That's what being a goalkeeper is.
Genuinely, I have that feeling that if Mignolet has a good game, we'll win this game. But if he has a mistake in him, it's just that story that's waiting to break. And if he can just get over the hump of the Merseyside derby, I think it settles the whole goalkeeping question down for a bit. And I think we can all relax, and the defence can relax, and we can build from that. So yeah, absolutely.
I think you've probably won there, because either way he's going to be the key man.
Yeah, completely. Thanks. Score prediction, Matt?
Go 2-1 win.
Yeah, I'm going to do a 2-1 win as well.
I'm going to go 2-0. Fuck conceding goals. Conceding goals is shit. Let's not do that anymore. Let us know your key man predictions and your score predictions in the comments below. It's time for the trivia answer. So Liverpool, the last time Everton beat Liverpool at Goodison Park was all the way back in 2010. I want you to name Liverpool's starting 11. Let's start with the goalkeeper. Pepe Reina, ding. Left back.
Konchesky.
Paul Konchesky. Wow. Centre backs.
Skrtel.
No, Skrtel was at right back, I guess.
Bloody hell. Aga?
Nope. Cara, ding.
Kyriakos,
wow. Ding.
Konchesky and Kyriakos, no one who lost.
Skrtel playing right back.
A midfield. Well, let's just say midfield. Right, let's say midfield 5. I'm just going to ignore you and carry on. Midfield 5 in midfield.
Okay,
Stevie, ding. Maxi Rodriguez, ding.
Ryan Babel?
No.
Coit the other side?
No.
Oh.
Masker?
Nope.
Aquilani?
Mascherano was gone by that point. Yeah. Sorry, Aquilani, nope.
Spearing,
nope, was on the bench.
Not
Zabi.
No, he's
also well gone.
Shelby?
Nope.
Centre midfielders with Gerrard.
Yeah.
Gosen?
Nope.
Ivanovic?
was on the bench, actually. Yeah, I was holding on to that one. Portuguese.
Morales.
Raul Morales.
Oh, yeah. Totally forgot he existed.
Brazilian.
Lucas.
How have we missed Lucas?
English free transfer. Terrible.
Joe
Cole. And centre forward.
Torres.
Fernando Torres. Just out of interest, the substitutes bench, which should make you feel better about your life, and any bench we've had so far this season. Goalkeeper, Brad Jones. Fabio Aurelio, the Fabio Aurelio that was brought back by Roy Hodgson, who never played basically for us. Martin Kelly, Ryan Babel, Jay Spearing, Milan Jovanovic, and David Ngo.
You know what? That side deserved to get beaten at Goodison Park, didn't it?
Yeah. Tim Cahill.
That defence.
And Mikel Arteta with the goals. Just out of interest, Everton's team was Howard, Leighton Baines, Johnny Heitinger, Phil Jagielka, Sylvain Distan, who was still 40 years old, Phil Neville, who was also 40 years old, Seamus Coleman, Mikel Arteta, Tim Cahill, Leon Osborne, and Yakubu up front.
So is it just Coleman and Lucas left?
No. There was Jagielka still there, isn't he?
And and Billy Elettinov came off the bench as well. Old Billy.
Oh yeah, I remember him. He was their great big hope.
Oh, I know. It was like their record sign or something. Was it £10 or something million they paid for him? Anyway, let us know your thoughts on the Merseyside derby in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, click the Redmen TV emblem to subscribe. Click the This Is Anfield emblem to subscribe to that channel for pre- and post-match press conferences from Jurgen Klopp.
Completely free as well.
Completely free, absolutely. Don't bother with your LFC TV subscription. Get them off This Is Anfield for now. And subscribe to the redmentv.com, which does cost money, but it's a measly £2 for phenomenal in-depth content from ourselves. Cheers.
So we've got a brand new range of merchandise available as modelled by Mr. Paul Machin. We've got the Dreams and Songs signature collection as well. Go and check out the new site, do it now, and help support the show.